What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to explain to you why I chose my beloved road glide. Stay tuned. I started off on that C50 Boulevard. It was a 2019, I believe. I bought it brand new, and what I found out later on is that I didn't have to buy the bike brand new. I could have bought it used because they say most of the time folks who buy those bikes or that type of bike end up getting tired of it real fast. And it's not that I grew tired of it. For all intents and purposes, that bike was perfect for me. It was the right size, you know, I could flat foot it. It was, 593 pounds, I believe. And it felt good, you know what I mean? And being that it was my first bike, I thought 800 cc's was the way to go. You know what I mean? Who was I to, what was I to say? Let me get past this dude. But yeah, I thought 800 cc's was the way to go. So I used to ride around town on that bike, and it was fine. You know what I mean? Had some little get up and go power from what I wasn't used to anything, so that's what I thought the power should be. I didn't find out that wasn't a bike for me until I went down to Traveling Tall's Run to the Hill. It was the first one he had that year, and I got on the road, and you know, my vision is blurry because I'm doing like, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing like 80, 90 miles an hour. I'm topping the bike off to what it can do. So I said, all right, I need to find the friction zone on this bike and learn it. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna ride up and down my driveway, because my driveway had a little pitch to it, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't steep, you know, just enough pitch that I could you know, kind of go forward, come back, go forward, come back. Oh, really? You need to get left? Come on now. So I'm rolling the bike back and forth. You know, I do it about 20 times. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm learning the friction zone. I'm to the point where I'm comfortable with the friction zone, but I don't want to pull out of my driveway. All right, I'm sorry, I had to watch that intersection. But I was like, I don't want to pull out my driveway yet, try and make this turn and go on around the block. Wasn't quite comfortable, I didn't have a nerve up to do that, didn't want to do that just yet. Okay, so I'm backing up the bike. I go into the friction zone again. Now granted, my driveway is terrible at the time. You know, all of the blacktop in it and the asphalt is all broken up, and it's like crumbly in some sections, and my foot slips as I'm going up, and I'm going to put my foot down because, you know, I don't know nothing about keeping my foot on the brake and, you know, and keeping it loaded until I stop. You know what I mean? So my foot slips, I inadvertently turn the handlebars with the front brake, boom, bike goes down, wow. On the back fender, you can see that the turn signals stick out. Cracked them both. You talk about a guy that was yelling and screaming a whole bunch of expletives. Did I say that right? Curse words. Man, you know what I mean? I just bought a bike brand new and I broke it the first day. I didn't even ride it. I was just going up and down the driveway. So luckily, because I do like fab work with other items and materials, I had some CA glue and some spray activator. So I went in there after cursing. I was still cursing. Grabbed up all of that stuff. Come on, dude, watch yourself. Grabbed up all of that. Then I went to, you know, piece that stuff back together. The turn signals and everything is broke. I didn't know anything about going in there, getting online, jumping online and buying replacement parts. I didn't even know that like JP Cycles or Drag Specials. I knew nothing about any of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? I was just kind of jumping the gun because I wanted a bike and I was going to ride and you couldn't tell me what to do. But, so I go in the house, I mosey the bike back, I put it back up in the garage, close the door, I go upstairs, I'm yelling and cursing still. My wife is like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I broke my effing bike, you know what I mean? And she's just like, I ain't broke, you just broke the turn signal, sorry that happened, such and such, you know. She ain't trying to escalate the heat that's coming off of me right now, which is cool. You know, I appreciate it for that, but needless to say, I was still ticked off. So, the next day I went out, I said, all right, I'm gonna do the same thing. But I took my leaf blower and I went out and I went over the driveway. Now the thing about taking a leaf blower and going over a crumbling, wow, a bug just hit me right in the head. The thing about going out in the driveway and hitting crumbling asphalt with a leaf blower is that you're just blowing around and loosening up more material, so it doesn't really get to the point where your feet can find purchase on the ground without sliding or slipping. I'm telling you this right now, it took me like 2 weeks to even get used to riding around my neighborhood on that bike before I decided to just venture out onto the road with it. So, I go down the street, and the street I happen to go down, happens to be a cul-de-sac. Oh my God, I can barely keep this bike going straight. Now I gotta take it and go in and turn around and there are cars parked in that cul-de-sac. So now I'm like, oh God. So I go down in there, first thing I do is panic. I didn't drop the bike, but I just pulled up in somebody's driveway real quick because I couldn't make the turn. I said, oh, I just straightened out the handlebar and went up into somebody's driveway. Not out of control. I controlled it going into the driveway, you know, so I could stop. Then I just had to kind of backpedal the bike out until I could position it in the street. And I know I'm looking like a straight dork. I know I'm looking like a straight dork. If anybody looking out their window like, what is this guy doing? You know, I ain't even gonna yell at him for being on my property. He don't even look like he know what he's doing. So, I'm out there. I get the bike, finagled around, started back up, gone back up the road. So, because of that energy and that trauma, I guess, that I just caused myself, I just went on and took the bike in, you know what I mean? Now, granted, when I got back, here's another interesting part. I didn't think, how am I going to get this bike to make a 90-degree turn into my driveway off of the street? So, knowing nothing about how to manipulate a bike into a slow speed turn, I overshot my turn and I ended up in my neighbor's grass and fell off the bike. My bike! So now the bike fell over again and I fell off. Now I was real cool about it, you know, because, you know, people outside watching me.
I meant to do that.
And I turned over, you know, got up real fast, you know, like, oh, I'm all right. You know, my pride was hurt. Evidently, I must have rolled right because I didn't hurt myself. Oh yeah, here it is. Pavement ends. 1,000 feet. Here we go. Let's see if we can bust this turn. I know, you're probably like, why are you yelling? I don't know, man. My heart started beating, you know what I'm saying? My heart rate starting to go up like boop, 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 boop. All right, I got my traction control on and stuff. All right, let's see. We can get it. Come on. Come on. Come on now, dog. Come on now, dog. So in essence, it takes me about 4 parking spaces to make a U-turn right now. So I'm down here and I'm like, I'm on this little putt-putt bike. Everybody got these Road Kings, Road Glides, Street Glides, Road Glide Ultras, Street Glide Ultra, or Limited, Ultra Limiteds. And I'm like, okay, so this is different, but I feel out of place. I'm like, man. So when we all get together, you know, line up, we about to go out. For one, all of the bigwig YouTubers were in the front. They all jumped on the E-Wave with a few bikes, left our butts. You know what I mean? We got caught at the light because we didn't understand, and I surely didn't understand that when you're riding in a pack, you know, it's supposed to be somebody that comes up, kind of blocks traffic so everybody can stay in the same group and go. Well, I didn't know that. Evidently, some of the people behind me didn't know that either. And due to the traffic on the street, nobody was going to risk their own health and safety to try and block traffic for everybody to go, because it was first ride, you know, and like me, it was my first ride I had ever been on with a group of people. So we get caught up. We all get on the, well, we don't get caught up. We all get on the expressway when we finally get the light, which seemed like it took forever. And we going, and we just ride. And I noticed some of them break off, because I'm like, we don't know where Tall and his group of folks went. So I see people take the exit to the right, which is where I should have went. But no, me, I gotta show that I can keep up with Harleys and everything. So I'm steaming forward. I end up going like 40 miles. I'm embarrassed to say it now because it's embarrassing, yeah. But I ended up going like 40 miles. Pay attention to me, baby, in the back. You're riding up awful fast on me. I ended up going like 40 miles the wrong way. I went all the way to Pigeon Forge. So I went all the way to Pigeon Forge, and I stopped at the gas station, and I'm like, I know when we going in a straight line, there should be some signs of this group. And nothing. I even called home. I talked to my wife. I was like, Jennifer. Yeah, her name is Jennifer. I was like, Jennifer, I think I outran everybody and got here, because I don't see no other people on bikes. And she was just like, well, just wait there a little longer. So I gassed up. I waited a little longer. Nothing. Nobody came through. So I got on my phone, got on my GPS, and I said, well, where is the Cherry Hollow Skyway? I put that in. It gave me something like 23 miles back west, or I don't know, whichever way it was, it's the way I went. I ended up doing the Cherry Hollow Skyway by myself. Got all the way up there to the top, took a few pictures, videos. Cause now I'm like, I can't believe this. I done went all the way, I done came all the way down here to Knoxville, Tennessee, and lost the riders. So I go all the way down the Cherry Hollow Skyway. I get to the bottom of whatever hill that is. I stop at the gas station. So now I'm asking folks like, where am I? Like, I don't know where I am. You know what I mean? Like that was about the most I knew about the Cherry Hollow Skyway was from watching Tall ride it and some of his videos. You know what I mean? So I'm down there, I'm asking, I go in there and get me a Gatorade. I'm outside, it's hot. I'm like, man, I don't know where I am. I don't even know how to get back to my hotel, because I didn't even know what my hotel's address was. I didn't have it on me. All of the papers and stuff was in the room still. So I'm sitting down there, I'm ticked off. I'm just like, I can't believe this. I done came over there, and all of a sudden I hear like a roar of engines. And about 3 minutes later, I see a whole crowd, a whole group of bikes coming down from where I got off of the little Cherry Hollow Skyway Hill into the the gas station. It's them. Tall is the first one. So was I ahead of everybody in the rat? They went around the scenic route, and I just took the straight route wherever. Anyway, they didn't go to Pigeon Forge. That wasn't part of the ride. So I was just all off with that. But I ended up meeting up with them, and I was just like, I gotta say it. I was just like, I'd be damned. I done came out here and missed the whole ride. That's basically a nutshell. And when I got back home, you know, I was dreading that ride from Tennessee back to Cincinnati, man. Oh, man. Because I already knew I was going to be uncomfortable. I already knew I was going to be uncomfortable on that ride back. So, not to mention, I got caught in a thunderstorm. Now here I am, no fairing, on an 800cc bike with turn signals that you can barely see at night, let alone a dark, rainy day, and it was storming. So now, I don't know anything about rain gear, so now I'm wet. I'm soaked. And for the last 100 miles home, the sun finally came back out. And it kind of dried me off a little. But you know, once you've been wet, you know, it's just, my shoes were ruined because they were saturated. You know, and once your shoes get saturated, ain't no keeping them because they just start to smell like dog hair after a while. And you don't want to keep your shoes. I ended up getting home. I rested for about 3 days because I could. On that 4th day, I got up, I said, you know what, I'm going to Sin City Harley Davidson. I'm gonna go down here, and the rest was history, man. If you watch that other video, hopefully I can manipulate this YouTube thing and, well, not manipulate it, I can learn how to do this and maybe put a link down in the description or something like that, so you can go back and check that out, and you can hear the explanation of how I felt when I got this break. So here we go with these blasted U-turns. Notice how when I get ready to make a U-turn, I make sure I'm in the farthest part of the lane, the right part of the lane. I don't know if that's intentional or if that's what I'm supposed to do, but either way it goes. Hey y'all, I'm sorry for keeping y'all here this long, but make sure you like, share, subscribe, please. And I'll see y'all on the next one. All right then, peace.